I can get these stream working first. So, one sec. As the first lap of the session is Conzo and Panchi 10. 146.0, Sultan 145.6 on the harder compounded tyres as Owen Bradwell gets the quickest now. Need to get this up. It says 5 comments already. I haven't got the stream up though, so I can't see them. So, you what? Okay. That could be concerning, but we move. I don't know what is happening here. You've got Conzo, there's Danners on the wets. There's always going to be one. And there's more. Charlie Jackson also on the wets. Bunny's also on the wets. And is spinning into the advertising board. What a surprise. 4 still in the pit. Oh, 5 still in the pits. And the forest. As Avenir from King has left. As Jackson with a 2:06 lap. Who's on the actual lap? Quite a few people. Purple Ant-Man is on the hard. The soft and the hard tyres are available for us. Yes, I will quickly check if there are comments. Jake saying the internet's bad. I presume that's Omar. I just need to check something. Yeah, it is working. Right. So, is anyone else at lap? No, they have not. Owen and Sultan are in the pits now. And so it goes on our lap. On the wets. And spinning. Yeah. They go on the wets because it's a 30-minute session and they get bored. So yeah. As someone has gone down there, someone on the wet because the virtuosi is Charlie down there. And going wide. I want actually watch someone that's on the actual lap. Purple Ant-Man went 4th with a 149.9. And he's on another lap now. Yeah, so I've been revving out the engine. And Jackson improved by 5 seconds on the wets. The Purple Ant-Man into the chicane. And in sector 2, the yellow flag, there's someone spun now. He's a 10-foot Purple Ant-Man, that's patch of purple. As we've been disqualified, Conso and Patchy's been disqualified for going the wrong way. So I don't know what's happened there, but he's now going to be starting from the back. And here's continuing purple Lampman on the hard compound tyres. More yellow flags everywhere. As purple Lampman round the final corner. Opens DRS. No, not open DRS. Now he's opening DRS. And he goes improved by 0.3 of a second, still behind his teammate Sultan. It looks like he's going to run out of fuel soon. Admiral Bonking is back in. As who else is on an actual lap? I mean, we've got Jackson on the wets. We've got Dammers on the wets. Who's 2.5 seconds up and he's not opening DRS. That'll cost him a bit, but Charlie into the pits now. He's had enough of his wets. And so it goes, cut in there on the wets. Purple Man, he's 1.2 seconds down, so he's not going to do another lap. Jackson spun it. Another comment, I'll quickly check that. Hey, Owen. So Jackson's the pits, Dammers are still out on the wets. They have fun, these guys, don't they? He's into the pits now. Oh, no he's not. Of course he's not. Yes, you are P1. Probably not for long, but take it in while you can. Dammers goes 7 seconds quicker. And that was invalidated. And this one's like invalidated as well. Hazan Soa goes his wet lap going. He's invalidated, but what would it have been? I mean, he definitely can't cut. Because it's 151.4. So it's just him and Dammers out on track. Actually, no, we've got Sultan on an outlap, Andy Forrest on an outlap, Bunny's on an outlap on the wets. And it's just double lock up and another lock up. Losing the back end, still going though. I was actually going to now watch Sultan on his actual flying lap. On the softs. Through turn 1 and 2. Nice and clean. Now we're completely breaking the engine. Into, I presume that's turn 3 and 4. Purple through sector 1, 7 tenths up. And draw, almost been validating now. Now through this chicane. In the middle sector. Purple again, 8 tenths up. This lap looks like it'll put him off the original pole. There's a spun car up here. It is, and so it goes on the left. So, Sultan around the final corner. And he's set a 143.7. That's 9/10 in front on provisional pole. Now backing out for this lap. We also saw natural lap Andy Forrester's on the half. And the F1 kid keeps joining, but not actually jumping in the car. I don't know if Andy Forrester's throttle is going forward. I don't know if he's doing that on purpose or not. There we go. He goes around his final stuff. This isn't a good lap because it's actually going to be slower than Jackson's time in the wet. What will it be? It's also slowing down this time on the wet, so yeah, more than that, all that left. Would this next lap be an actual one? He actually invalidated it, so Charlie now starting an actual lap on the hards. Turns at 1 and 2 was nice and clean. Now to the next chicane. Nice and clean so far. Purple through sector 1. On the hards as well. The champion of season 1. The 8 minutes and 7 minutes now. Through the next chicane. Nice and clean, doesn't invalidate. Decent lap so far from Charlie, he goes purple in sector 2. Might not be actually purple because the game can be broken sometimes. Sultan has pitted, so don't know if he thinks that's his session over or not. Jackson starting a lap. He's actually on the lap, I think. Someone jumped up, I didn't know who it was. But Jackson does go P2 on his lap with 144.0. Charlie's lap has been on board with. Seems decent. And it puts him on provisional pole, and the hardest gone by this time as well, 143.2. And he doesn't invalidate this lap, but a third lap man with tyres, that's on track. I do not know if that's banned in this league. I don't think it is, but I'm not 100% sure, so... Charlie improved there in the first sector, and then spun it. Jackson, he is also on another lap on the hards. Is he improving? Bit of a spin on the exit there. And he is up by 4 seconds purple in sector 2. That is. What will Jackson do on the rest of his lap with sector 3? Bit of a spin on the exit. It's nice and clean so far. Attacking this corner and then into the final corner. What will this lap bring for Jackson? Teammate Charlie into the pole. Hits. Jackson goes P2. 5 tenths, it's a 3 tenths improvement, 5 tenths off Charlie goes still. So Charlie looking like the quicker person right now. But still got the soft tyre on to go. I think the F1 King is actually in a car now, which is good. As Andy goes P4 with 144.4. That's on the hard compound tyres. Jackson, I didn't see if he improved in. Oh no, he does it. Yeah, he's got to get back to the fix. And then everyone came on a lap in front of him. You actually have invalidated, so anyone else on a lap is having to do another lap? No, he was 4 seconds down, that said. So, and Saturdays is on a lap. Ah, he's just started one, he's not supposed to turn one. And nice and clean through turn 1 and 2. What can we do through the second chicane now? Bit of a lock again, and a tiny one on the left as well. Another tiny, he just looking up, but not much. Has a bit of oversteer on the exit, and that is invalidated as well. Little corner for invalidation. Other than that, I don't think anyone else saw that from that. And Aaron has actually started an actual lap now. That's not invalidated so far. I think that he will invalidate it. But as he goes through the second chicane now, and nice and clean so far on the hard compound tyres. Purple from sector 1 it said, might not be true though. One straight now, opens the DRS. This chicane, turn 9, nice and clean, but there is an empty at that line, I just decided to put that, it's still nice and clean. Overall. And he's going to go wide then. I've just invalidated that actually. Okay, that's a bit, I don't know. Through the final corner. We'll just like put Adam. We'll put him. P7 145.3. Exactly a tenth off Purple Ant-Man. I might just because I was far away. I'll get closer now. How's that? So Tim Beddy's now on a lap in the Campos. On the softs as well. He didn't go out on the hard, so it says purple through sector 1. Might not be though. I think on the first lap it always says purple. I don't know why, but I think it always says purple. Trigger has just also started a lap. And Sergio has come back out on the same set of softs. Was he already on the soft? I'm not sure. But Tim through sector 2. And he is purple, it says. Might not be purple, but we'll take it as purple on the softs. That's turn 11 now. Looking at the little thing. Turn 12. In the last couple corners. And now into the final corner. Tim does go quickest of a 142.8. So, is anyone else starting a lap? Trigger. He's finishing his lap now. And he's going to come across the line. And goes P3 ahead of Jackson. But Jackson and Charlie's lap was on the harder course. Jackson is on an outlap on the softs. But for now, Trigger is P3 over 143.333. Splitting the two virtuosities for now. Tim is on another lap. He's minorly slower. Check if I got any more comments, so no. I think it said he was a tenth slower, so I don't think Tim will be able to improve unless he has a very good final sector. Charlie's on an outlap now. And now Tim, is he going to improve? And Sogos is on another lap as Tim. Yeah, he bought that. He went really wide there and it bought the lap. Who else is on a lap? Bonnie's now on a lap. And they validated it. Dammers and Kyle still yet to do a proper lap on the softs. They'll need to come out soon. And Cert goes on a lap on the softs. 2 lap older, they say. So it doesn't look. It probably won't be the best lap because of the old tyres, but in other leagues you can see what Ansogos can do. He's a quick driver, and he can pull something out. Around the final corner, opening the DRS. This looks like a decent lap on the top right, and he goes P4 just behind his teammate Trigger. Only just. So Trigger actually just go minorly quicker to a 143.2, and so goes 143.3. Jackson is now on a lap, 3 tenths up, and now a second up as we go through the middle sector. Purple that was. So right now he's on course for a 42.7, but I'm expecting him to improve by probably about 3 to 5 tenths maybe in the final sector. The soft look there is so much more grip than the hards. Charlie has just started the lap, so after Jackson finishes his lap, we'll go on board with Charlie. As Dammers and Kyle are on an outlap. As Jackson rounds in the final corner, opening the DRS. Where will this lap put Jackson? And it goes P1 at 141.9. 9 tenths ahead of Tim's lap. Now let's go on board with Charlie, who's purple through sector 1. 4 tenths up. He's got the DRS open. Breaking down now for this chicane. And he's purple through the middle sector as well. He needs to gain about 7 tenths. So actually, he needs to gain about 6 tenths in this final sector to get, or to just to match Jackson's time. 5-6 tenths he needs. Jackson gained quite a lot in the final sector, so can Charlie do it? It is a final sector that you need a lot of grip for, and that grip is a lot of the soft spring. As Charlie going to come across the line, and he goes provisional pole a 141.8. Jackson's a 10th up on his lap. Trigger retires in the pits. He can't do any more. As Jackson could this lap put him on provisional pole now. Round in the final corner, nice and clean. DRS open. Where will it put him? Improves, but not enough to go ahead of Charlie. As Andy DeForest goes P3, he is about he's a second off Charlie and Jackson. But P3 still there good. Anyone else on lap? Kyle and Dammers. They're on laps. Dammers is just about to finish his. And Kyle is right behind him. As Bunnies goes P8, 144.0. 1 minute left of the session. All the quickest laps are coming in now as Dammers goes P5, 142.863. As Kyle goes P3, 42.3, 5 tenths off the two virtuoso cars. As Jackson's mildly quicker, Charlie's also quicker. These are such quick laps. Is Jackson improving the sector? It doesn't say. But Charlie... Oh, it's a wide final corner. You get a good exit, but I think overall that's not going to help him. He will come across the line and doesn't improve that final corner, cost him a lot there. Jackson now, he's minorly up. This could put him on provisional pole this lap. Attacking the penultimate corner, now into the final corner. Turn 15, that said. As the session is now over. Jackson, does he go on provisional pole? Yes, he does, by just under a tenth, and that is his session over, 141.7. Charlie's a tenth up. This is going to be close. So what can Charlie do? Dammers is still on a lap. Kyle's still on a lap as well. We're watching Charlie, because this is basically the battle for pole right now. And through the middle sector, he's a 10th up. This lap looks like he's going to put him on pole. Dammers goes P4, 142.4. And Kyle, where is he? He crossed the line. He stays P3, 142.3. It's all down to Charlie in this final sector. Last lap, he went wide at the final corner, and that cost him a lot of time. Is that going to be an invalidation? No, it's not. That was very close. You can't seem to exceed track limits there. Does he go wide this time? No. So this lap looks like it could put him on provisional pole, or actual pole. And he's going to come across the line, and he does go on pole by... Well, I can't folks calculate that as. It's 0.009. Charlie is on pole. He takes the 4 points for pole at the French Grand Prix. That was a good lap. Bunnies is the only one that's actually on the lap. He's actually invalidated it. So that is your grid order for the French Grand Prix. Bunnies is actually out of fuel. So. Come on. And almost there. And there we go. So there is your grid order then. Charlie is on pole. It's an all British top 5. With Charlie, Jackson, then Kyle, Dammers, Andy Forrest, Timbed, then Trigger, and so it goes. Sultan, Adam, Bunnies, Owen, Purple Outman, and Conzo, who got disqualified from the session for going the wrong way. I didn't see what happened, but yeah, he got disqualified for going the wrong way. So Charlie's now got all poles this season still. But he hasn't got a win yet this season. Can he do it in this feature race? So I'm pretty sure there's a formation lap. We will see. As we're just waiting. What is going on? As says everyone's ready up except Andy, and no, Andy Forrest is now left. As everyone peels away for the formation lap, and already some people, there's absolute carnage at the back. So many people have been disqualified from the formation lap. Only the two virtuosos, Charlie and Jackson at the front, actually got off clean there. So, yeah, Charlie on pole, Jackson with him on the front row, Kyle Dammers, Andy, Tim, Trigger, and so it goes Sultan, Adam, Bunnies, Owen, Purple, Ant-Man, and Conzo. Who is actually starting on which tyres? So, Charlie and Jackson softs, Kyle and Dammers softs, Andy and Tim softs, Trigger on the hards. And so it goes, Sultan, Adam, soft, Bunny's on the hard, Owen soft, Purple Ant-Man soft, Conzo soft. Sandy Forest is back in, which is good. There's a Primo really far out in front now, for some reason. So, there's a two virtuosos going wheel to wheel on the formation lap. Who's that storming out in front? Is it Trigger? Yeah, it was. So, the last cars will be lining up soon, and then we will be getting underway for 15 laps of the French Grand Prix. And there is a Prema side. Is that Prema? Who is that that's like sideways on the grid? As that's gonna really mess up things. Oh, it's David Cameras, and he has reset now. So the lights are on now, and Adam Yavumping has actually got a jump start. He's got a driving penalty now. As away they all go. And it says Ansogo is now in the lead, so that's a glitch. But Charlie leading into turn one, there was a Prema there. So it says Ansogo is leading, but he's actually not, and there's carnage in the back. And it's Trigger, I think. Oh! Absolute carnage there. And we have a virtual safety car. So comment quickly. And so it goes, it says he's P1. He's not. But now he's P4. So virtual safety car for that absolute carnage. So who at the back has wing damage? Tim has wing damage. Bunnies doesn't have wing damage. That's good for them on the ultimate strategy. There's another comment. I don't know. Owen, he has wing damage. Adam, the F1 King, he has wing damage and overtaken under the virtual safety car. Andy Forrest has wing damage. Trigger, he doesn't look like he has wing damage, which is good for him on the hard. On the hards. As we're back to green flag racing, Purple Ant-Man doesn't. I think everyone else doesn't. So, as that was, and so goes, and Dan as they're having a battle. But Charlie leads then, and Jackson in second, and Kyle, who won both sprint races, even if this is the feature race, but he's won both sprint races in P3. As Comzone from the back of the grid is now P5, after he got disqualified in qualifying. He got ahead of Dammers there, he's now going to try and get back past. As Adam Unicorn King is into the pits, and Owen Bradford's into the pits, as Charlie is leading this race then. But Dammers is looking on Conzone, will he be able to get in? Oh, and that's a lovely switch back from Dammers there to take back P5. Will Conzone fight back in the next one? And no, he's not close enough because he goes deep actually. And now he's going to have Sultan right on the back of him. For now, Charlie leading this race. Jackson is 5 tenths, 6 tenths behind. He has a nice slipstream on this straight though. Kyle is a further second behind, so he needs to maybe push on if he wants to get into this fight, because right now it looks like it's just going to be Virtuosi versus Virtuosi out in front. Charlie looks like, that qualifying looks like the quicker one, but that was very close to qualifying, 9 thousandths of a second. Not even 10, not even hundreds, it was 9 thousandths of a second. Very close. As Charlie pulling by a few tenths every sector, 1 or 2 tenths a sector. He's doing well, but Jackson will always be there. He's one of those that will pressure you into a mistake when most needed. Sugar is right in the back of Conzome, who seems to be struggling. He's got passed by Sultan and Purple Ant-Man. Does he have wing damage maybe? Oh, I think he does on the right hand side. Oh no, that's just me seeing things. Remember, we get the first penalty. It's actually Conzome has dived into the pits. And that was very, very close. So on to lap 3 then, with DRS now enabled, I presume, anyway, should be, is got 6-tenth lead, or 7 tenths over Jackson. Kyle is a further 1.2 seconds behind, and another further 1.3 seconds behind now is, and so it goes, who is 1.3 seconds ahead of Dammers, who has a strong gap to Sultan, who has a strong gap to his teammate Purple Ant-Man. Then Trigger in 8th on the hard compound tyres. He's doing the alternate strategy. And then you have Andy Forrest in 9th. Bunnies is one doing the alternate strategy. Timbed, he's in 11th as there is a yellow flag at the back. And it's spun. He pitted onto the hard. He'll have to pit again. So will Adam and Conzone. By the F2 rules, they have to pit again, because you cannot pit before the end of lap 3. So I'm pretty sure they can pit this lap if they wanted to, but I think they can stretch them out longer. But the gap between Charlie and Jackson staying around 5, 6, 7 tenths, 8 tenths now. Jackson just trying to pressure Charlie. Kyle, he's just sticking there, around 1.3. He's just there. And so it goes dropping back a bit, and it's dropping into the clutches of Dammers. Who, was that a lock-up from him then? As Conzone Patchy gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Down in P12 right now. So, on to lap 4 then. And 6 tenths is the gap between Charlie and Jackson. It's just staying around that margin. As Timbed is pitting already. I don't know how long hards can last, but I suppose he thinks they can go to the end. As Bunnies is how ahead of Andy Forrest, or is it the other way round actually maybe? As Andy's actually got front wing damage on both sides, I think. Yeah, he's got front wing damage on both sides. That is going to hurt him a lot, so I think it might be... It's Bunny's overtaking Andy. Oh, that was a massive snap there and a massive corner cut there as well. As down and so it goes up ahead. As there was a contact there. Because that looked like quite a sideways moment there from and so it goes. So I don't know if there was contact. It must have been there because he's now 4 seconds behind Kyle. As Bunnies is ahead of Andy Forrest. So the gap between Charlie and Jackson now 9 tenths. Charlie's really trying to break that DRS, which he's out. He was outside the 1 second zone for a brief second. If he breaks that DRS, he'll have a very, very strong chance of winning this, which will be his first win of the season. The Season 1 champion would be his first win of the season. But Jackson had the DRS and closed a bit in there. Kyle is dropping back. And so it goes, he's still ahead of Damas. Andy Forrest pits. But, I mean, he has to pit really. That front wing damage is hurting. As Ansoro goes went very wide at the exit of the turn 1-2 there. As now through the second chicane, as Tim Bed gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Damas right behind Ansoro. Surely he'll be able to get him as they go on to this straight. DRS open. And he's off the track there. I mean, he really shouldn't have gone there to overtake him. The outside was clear. But he has eventually made the move stick. And so goes try to fight back, but just can't. I will check comments when the race gets a bit bland. But for now, there is battles going on. And then so it goes. He's not able to get past Dammers there. But he goes wide there. He looks like he's struggling with front end grip. He doesn't look like he has wing damage. Is he going to try and sneak it down the inside? No. As Dammers is still... He's defending for his life now from so it goes. Going a bit deep there. But all these two are doing is... As Jackson is the first to pit. As Ansoro goes... Oh, that was that was very slidey there. Dammers does go wide. Don't know if they made any contact, but Dammers gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings for that. Purple Ant-Man also into the pits. As they are very close there, but they are not. But Ansoro has now got ahead of Dammers. But then got very shaky, got a poor exit there, and a bit of contact there, I think. Then Dammers gets him. He only just got one, he's got another 3-second penalty. But it's now a 3-car battle with Sultan into this fight. I'll quickly check comments. Charlie is hacking. Really is aimbot. Oh god. But anyway, back to this. And it's now 3-car battle, as I said. Dammers, Ansoro and Sultan. But who will be the one that comes out on top? Right now it is Dammers. Who will be the first to stop out of these three, actually? That'll be the interesting thing. As Sultan gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So, does Charlie pit this lap then? Yes, he does. And doesn't speed. Does Kyle pit? No, he does not. Then we've got Dammers. Oh, Sultan and Ansoro goes there a wheel to wheel. Neither of these two pit. And Dammers staying out as well. So Charlie pitching onto the hards then. As you've got Ansoro goes right behind Sultan. Dammers is now pulling away because of this. And Ansoro does get back past Sultan. But then Sultan gets a great exit out of there. And I think Ansoro gets a bit of a look tap then. So Charlie is ahead. Charlie is actually 2 seconds ahead of Jackson now. So yeah, that's actually the overcuts actually worked there. As Sultan and Ansero goes, still going on in this battle. Sultan is back past, but oh, an easy no, and he has spun it. There was contact there between him and Ansero goes, and Sultan is the one who's come off worse for it. And now we've got Trigger right here. So Charlie, doing the overcut, has now gained him a strong lead over Jackson. And now, if the overcut's that powerful, is actually Kyle going to benefit from this? Will Kyle hit this lap? No, he doesn't. He's staying out another lap. Dammers, he is also not going to pit. Is anyone else going to pit? And Sergos doesn't. Sultan's a bit far behind. He's got Trigger on his rear wing. Sultan dives into the pit. So Purple Lampman gets a penalty for multiple warnings. But yeah, that is incredibly powerful, that overcut there. Which, if the overcut is going to work that well, Kyle could actually be in a good shot here. As Adam the F1 King gets a 3-second turn, so does Zoe. Kyle is he's doing the attempt down on his personal best lap. He actually has got the fastest lap right now. That's not that one. It is Charlie with 44.6. Jackson also has a 44.6. But now 4/500 quicker from that, as it is someone that spun. It was Tim, and now Owen spun. I don't know what has happened there. He was battling with Adam. I don't know what's happened there. But there's probably about 30 seconds, I think. Normally in F2 it's about 30-second loss in the pits. If it is still a 30-second loss, then Charlie's going to be quite far behind. But if it's not, and I'm just telling really stupid stuff, then yeah, we'll have to see. Looks like the gap is staying at about 20 seconds. Does Kyle pit this lap? And he gets a penalty, and yes, he does pit and goes very deep there. And he doesn't speed. Dammers, is he going to pit? No, Dammers is staying out again. And so goes, yep, he's pitting. And overshoots there. Trigger, he will obviously stay out since, well, he started on the hards. Purple Lampman, another penalty. So where will Kyle come out then? He's on the hards now. Where is Charlie? He's on the start-finish straight now. And there is Kyle. They will jump him quite easily. Where is Kyle? Yeah. The overcut worked for Charlie, but I think Kyle just stayed out a bit too long. He is still ahead of Bunnies, who is on the alternate strategy, so these two teammates, of course. There is a spinner at the back. That Andy, maybe, might be Tim. I'm not sure. So Dammers has done 8 laps on the soft tyres. Incredible stint from him. The soft lasts quite a long time. He's about to lap his teammate. The G's actually have 2 Adams, as Charlie is ahead of Trigger. Trigger are doing the alternate strategy, which we definitely won't get in the probably a podium, because he's just been overtaken by the provisional leader. As Dammers, his teammate is not letting him through. There we go now. Well, that would have held Dammers up a bit. Surely he'll have to pit this lap. If he doesn't, I'll be very surprised, because surely his softs are very much dead. No, he's staying out another lap. This is an incredible stint. Let's see what the gap between him and Charlie will stay at, and see if those softs are actually still working compared to the hards. So about 12.9, 13 seconds. Well, it's just gone down by like 3-4 tenths there, so... Jackson gets a penalty then. So out of him and Charlie, that is the first penalty. As Conzone gets a penalty, and so does Adam the F1 King. So yeah, the gap between Charlie and Dammers is falling, as there is... That was Adam, who spun, and Trigger and Jackson both passed him. Nice and cleanly. Kyle, and there's Adam spun again, and Kyle was basically just hit by a polystyrene. He's got his teammate Bonnie's is behind him on alternate strategy. I think for Bonnie's and Trigger, I think it's the reverse grid pole that's going to be for them. The reverse grid's going to help them at least. As there is Adam, who's holding those yellow flags. Surely, damn, he's locking up his front left. Surely he's got a hit. There's no way he can do another lap. No, he's staying out again. 10 laps on the softs. 10 laps. I don't know if he's doing a drive till tyres explode or something, but this is impressive. As Trigger dives into the pit, so someone who started on the hards has pitted before someone who started on the softs. That is weird. As Adam the F1 King has retired, did he just retire on track, or was it a crash? Not sure there. With that one. I'm really not sure with that one. But Trigger pitting onto the softs then. He'll have very fresh tyres. And the softs look incredibly quick compared to the hards. So, as Sultan, he's going to go through this. He's going to come on just behind Sultan. And once he gets his tyres fired up, he should pass Sultan fairly easily. He's only on 3 lap old hards. And the gap between Charlie and Dammers is 11.1. So the hard is now definitely, with 4 lap old hards, is definitely quicker than 10 lap old softs. But I'm very impressed by Dammers to have held this stint out on soft for 10 laps. Actually, Bunnies will pit this lap for a set of softs. But yeah, it's a very impressive here from Dammers. The gap between Charlie and Jackson still 1.8-ish. Jackson is the one who's got 3-second penalty. Is Dammers pitting? Yes, he is, finally. Front left looks dead, which it is. And he's only going to be able to do 5 laps on hards, which is pretty much useless. I expect Bunnies to pit this lap. Kyle's got the freshest set of hards, but I don't think really the hards really matter on freshness, because Trigger was still setting consistent laps. Talking about Trigger, he's right behind Sultan, as Jax actually sets a fastest lap of the race of 44.3. So he's now the gap 1.6 to Charlie, so maybe he's starting to push his Trigger. He's wheel to wheel with Sultan. The two cars look similar, but they're completely different teams. Trigger now with the DRS, as Bunnies, as I said, probably would go into the pits. He is now on reverse grid pole, but now Purple Ant-Man is now in the position for reverse grid pole, so Bunnies will have chase of them. And Trigger does get a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And he does try and go around the outside of Sultan, and then as the inside for the next part, Sultan still got his nose in there and went down the inside. Great battle with these two. But in the end, Trigger is the best attraction and will come out on top. Who has the DRS? I think it's Sultan who will have the DRS, and yes, he will. Purple Ant-Man is out. Is he crashed? It's a virtual safety car, so he has crashed. Bunnies is now up into the reverse grid pole. The gap between Charlie and Jackson, 1.7. Purple Ant-Man is left, even though there's still a sprint on. I don't know how he's crashed there. He's there, he is into a wall. His car's now gone, but not sure how he's done that. Tim Betters are now in the final point position. So Sultan and Trigger, they will continue their battle when the virtual safety car comes in. Bunny's on the fresh set of softs. I presume I think his best chance of some good points is, well, he's on reverse grid pole right now. And then he's on the fresh set of softs. I think he'll get fastest lap. As the virtual safety car is back in, and Sultan's got a great jump on Trigger there. That was impressive there from Sultan. But then goes wide at the final corner. And he still has a DRS, Sultan. And he does get back ahead. As now then. So, if these two battle, Bunnies could really push on. I don't think he has a very low chance of catching these two. Very, very low. Pretty much impossible. But yeah, as the gap between Jackson and Charlie is 9 tenths. Jackson is in DRS range, but he does have a 3-second time penalty. I'm going to take a moment to quickly check penalties. So Charlie, only one warning. Jackson has a penalty. Kyle has a penalty. Damas has 2 penalties, and so it goes penalty. Trigger penalty. Sultan penalty. Nothing for Bunnies. 2 penalties for Conzone. 2 for Timbed. 2 for Andy Forrest. 3 for Owen. Purple Lampman's got he's out, and so is Adam. So yeah, right now Charlie's still the favourite for the win, even though Jackson is in DRS range, unless Charlie gets a penalty, of course. Then the fight is really on. That was right on the edge for Jackson. Trigger is back ahead of Sultan. Kyle gets another penalty. He's definitely out for this win, unless these two actually collide. Yeah, but these two are getting much closer. Jackson setting the personal best. Sector 1. And now he has DRS 7 tenths of the gap. With the DRS now open. Bunnies, as I said, sets the fastest lap. As Sultan gets a penalty. So Bunnies has now got the fastest lap and in reverse grid pole. As Jackson goes a bit deep there, and that could be a corner there. Charlie, he's just got to hope. He's just got to try and battle with Charlie and hope that Charlie gets another warning. But Jackson lost a lot of time by taking that line to Charlie, who seems to fly through on the penultimate lap of the race. Jackson does not have DRS here, so I think his chance of the win is over. And it is Charlie's win, unless Charlie spins. Because just one mistake that lets Jackson into the lead won't be enough, because Jackson has a 3-second penalty. As through now it's turn 4. Now into turn 5. Yeah, he's outside of DRS range. Still taking the personal best sector there. I think Charlie's also set a personal best, and he's pulling away. So this looks like it's Charlie's win. It'll be his first win of the season. But it's not over yet, as Damas gets a 3-second time penalty. He's in P4. I don't think that will affect him, as Conzone has been disqualified. He pitted in the first 3 laps and did not pit afterwards, so that'll be why. As Charlie in the final sector now, in the final part of the lap, he's going to get his first win of the season. Even if Jackson was just ahead of him, he's only been disqualified for going the wrong way. I'm not sure. But Charlie wins the French feature race. Jackson will take P2 and the fastest lap. So that's an extra 2 points. Kyle will cross the line in P3 for a podium. Danners will take P4s and Super gets a 10-second penalty for qualifying. So Danners takes P4 and so it goes with a 10-second penalty for some reason. Takes P5. He might get that removed. Unless he did do it properly on purpose. The Trigger, for now, I guess, takes P5. Sultan in P7. Bunnies will take the reverse grid pole. And oh no, Sultan's now on reverse grid pole. Bunny moves to P7 on penalties. So Charlie, Jackson, Kyle is your podium. Moving on to the sprint race. Bunny gets driver of the day. As we'll check comments quickly. And a few internet jokes. This is quite entertaining, yeah. Bro Charlie 1v1 me and Rollercoaster Tycoon 2, I'll destroy you. As there's Charlie with his winner's trophy. Takes the win in the feature race. Still the sprint race to go. So, yeah, so Jackson got the fastest lap, so that's an extra 2 points for him. So, a few people did leave, so we have maybe 2 cars down for this sprint race. It should really be the same racing though. So, the grid for this then, Sultan is on reverse grid pole, then Bunny's in P2, and so it goes P3, Trigger in P4, Dharma's P5, Kyle P6, Jackson P7, and feature race winner Charlie in P8. Timbed P9, Andy Forrest P10, then Purple Ant-Man, Adam the F1 King, Sonzo Panchi, and Owen Bradwell. So, Kyle has decided to take the lead of the formation lap and power through those boards, which I'm not a fan of because I use those to find out what corner name is. So, yeah. Thanks, Kyle. Is anyone ruined their race already by going onto the softs? No. Oh, Conzo has. So, his race is ruined. But yeah, I mean, you've got to love the fact that Kyle's just messed up my commentary job and is now stopping on the track, pretty much. It's messy formation lap. Messy, messy, messy. It was very messy. I'm going to check this comment. Yeah, Charlie for hacks, he's kind of stuff. He was very, very quick, Charlie. Honestly, Kyle. Honestly. This is not helping me one bit. I need those. I don't need that. I don't need that either. But yeah, I mean, what a mess of information. Like, I do need that. Oh well. Is he going to destroy any more? Oh, they've already been destroyed. He's going to go destroy those braking boards and cut across the track, and now his AI's taking over. And well done, Kyle. Hey, I get to keep that one. Well, I mean, hopefully the race is cleaner than this formation lap. Loads of people already on the grid. So, drivers to watch out are Charlie Jackson, and I think I'm going to choose Ansogos to win this race. So, here we go then. I'm going to put the telemetry and lap data on. Do we have any lights? Yes, we do now. And it's 5 red lights. And away they go, and no one jump starts this time. But Sultan does get away well, and so is apparently in the lead, and it's just a massive timing ladder glitch. But Sultan is actually in the lead, and there's huge contact behind. Huge contact. But Sultan is in the lead of the French sprint race, and we have a virtual safety car. What on earth happened behind? I don't even have a clue myself. I'm waiting for the timing ladder to actually fix itself. Because actually Sultan is actually the leading car. Who got a clean start and then got ahead well, and now the timing ladder is deciding to sort of fix itself. I was going to say, I do think Ansogos is a good shout for this race. And maybe even Bunnies. Actually, Ansogos got a penalty for ignoring the yellow flag. So, I'm not sure there. So that actually could cost him. There's no pit stops this race, as we are back to green flag racing, and there is already a Trident wide. That was Trigger. And Surrey goes in that summon there. I think that was, I'm not sure, I think that might have been someone, I'm not sure. Two Virtuosis now going to go wheel to wheel. As the frame there was Dammers, and the two Virtuosi having a bit of a battle, with Kyle keeping his nose in the air. As there's Dammers going quite deep there. Cars everywhere for this. But Trigger is in Sultan still up 6-10 lead over on Bunnies, Trigger, and so it goes. But there was like there's a gap between them, but I'm not sure. Jackson goes on the inside of Dammers and sneaks